Hi everyone, N.A.T here, and as you know, I have been trying. I am on a quest to find my own kick, snare, hi-hat synthesis process, and to create my own sounds, my own synths, and so on, to really create my own style. And I thought about one thing which I think might be really valuable to share, and that's that there's guidelines, okay, but then there's also your style, and it's fine to follow guidelines, but you should also follow your style. Let me show you what I mean here. So I'm in this session where I just finished creating a couple new kicks, like this, for example, and I exported them, all of them here. And let's give a little listen to the kicks I did in the past few days. Let's just scroll through them quickly. Okay, so what I realized is that the kicks I actually like to use the most in my tracks. For example, I started a couple new beats here. Let's listen, like this one. Really cool, even though I still need to work more on the synth sound. I still need to find my process for synth sounds as well to really understand it down to the details. But anyways, this. Also this. Also this. It still needs a lot of work, I'm just at the beginning, but I noticed that in the end, those kicks I like the most, I like to use the most in my actual music, are the kicks that actually don't really follow, the guidelines. And I'm not saying that anyone told me to follow any guidelines, but rather like I was looking at other tracks from other people and thinking that I should follow some kind of type of pitch envelopes and so on and so forth. Or I was referencing to like Vengeance samples, from packs from professional samples. And that led me to creating kicks like these three I created yesterday, actually, in my video about how to create kicks in the Kick 3 from Sonic Academy style, but how to do that natively in Ableton with operator and the graphs of Ableton. But these are the results I got from there. And, they might just very well be bad kicks, but first reason why I don't really prefer them is that I was more trying to follow guidelines. I was more trying to match the results to my reference kicks and my reference tracks, That's why I got these kicks. While these other kicks, even though like this, or this, or this, very cool, even though I was thinking maybe while making them that they were the weakest kicks, for example, even though I was thinking that maybe these are the weakest kick, in the end, they are actually the best kicks for my type of music. Okay? That's what I mean. Maybe they don't sound as clean as the Vengeance samples, they don't sound as clean as some of the other reference tracks, the pitch envelope is not quite clean, or maybe, but that's my style, very simply. And I think too many people follow genres rules, so to speak. What are genres really? Probably just one guy who created his own style, which became famous, and then other people started following it. Yeah, to a degree, we're all reusing stuff, and that's completely fine. I hear that saying as well a lot, which is like good artist, great artists steal, but that's not true actually. Very simply put, I think that we humans, we don't create anything from scratch. Very simply, we combine pre-existing stuff. That's how we create new stuff, or modify pre-existing stuff. Okay, so but if you're like me, you might be like, you might get caught into thinking that you should follow some of the rules that other people are showing. Well, actually, those are just their own rules, and you can take what works for you. But then you should actually trust and hone in your sound, because that's really what's fascinating about music, in my opinion, is when you have your own style, just like the artists I like, Vitalik, Deadmau5, Nine Inch Nails, Matzo, Seamless R. They all have their own style. That's why I also encourage you to create your own drums. It's not that difficult. It's not that impossible, because each and every one of us, we have our own. We're unique. Uniqueness, it's what's cool, in my opinion. Of course, if you just want to do certain genres in that style, by all means do it if that's what you want to do. But if you're like me, make your own stuff. Like, try, and just like me, you're gonna find in the end really what works for you, which might just very well be what might be wrong for other people. But for me, this is perfect. Okay? Just like in sports, I think every athlete is unique. They all have their own scores, their own, personal characteristics, and that's what's fascinating about sports, I guess. And it's the same thing with music. With every artist, they have their own style, and these are the artists I have been following and have been listening to. Their songs have been in my library for forever, because they're true and genuine. Okay, that's it for today. I hope this video was cool, and I'm going to put this video in my drum synthesis playlist. Also, check out my music in progress series, where I'm honing in my sound when I'm trying to create better and better music. And if you have any sound, any idea, any tip, any song, I'm always curious to hear. As I said, it's the uniqueness that interests me. So all links to my playlists will be in the description, as well as my music, even though it's kind of old, so I don't know. And that's it. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.